What up, Puck Squad? Coming at you with a 5-minute Friday, as I wasn't able to get my 3-minute Thursday done this week as I normally would. I went up to Vermont to visit my brother and my niece. A couple of those clips are gonna roll right here. And yeah, I just wasn't able to get my 3-minute Thursday done in time. So today I'm out. It is Friday morning. I'm gonna get this done, get home, edit it, and get it out for you guys tonight. But yeah, what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna be throwing a couple forehands and a couple backhands with the new Discmania Dark Maul 2. It's a C Line PD, and it's Avery Jenkins signature series disc, so a lot of the proceeds will go to supporting him on tour. And I never actually threw the Dark Maul 1, but I do have an S Line PD in my bag, and it's pretty, a pretty good workhorse for that backhand, for that flick, for just that, predictable shot. So we'll see how it compares to that, and we'll see how the flight is out here. It's a little bit windy today, but it is an overstable disc, so it should be able to fight that wind nice and well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like, drop a comment, and drop a sub if you do. Hole 1, blue to blue at Borderland State Park, 545 foot par 4. When I'm playing this hole off the tee, usually I'm looking to flick something pretty stable and bail out to the right, leaving myself an easy upshot to get myself there for 3. Kind of got caught up at the end a little bit, but that actually held flat a lot more than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be a little bit more stable towards the end. So as you can see, it did get caught up on a branch, but it still landed in a pretty good spot. I have a pretty easy backhand, kind of like a putter or a mid shot all the way to the basket down there. But anywhere on this right side of the fairway usually leaves me in a pretty solid spot. So I'm happy with that drive. We're here at hole 2, white to white. It's a 430 foot shot. We're wide open here with no trees, and there is a little bit of like a 5 to 10 mile an hour, left to right tailwind behind me here. So I'm gonna try to release it nice and flat, if anything, maybe even a little bit of Anheuser, so that that tailwind doesn't have it stable out too quickly. So that tailwind definitely stabled it up and didn't let it go really very far at all. All right, so it ended up landing about, I don't know, maybe 80 or 90 feet out from the pin. So it's probably about a 350 foot shot. I typically like to get a little bit closer to the pin here, but since it's really overstable and there was a little bit of a tailwind, it just really didn't want to fly very far. But still, solid little backhand shot, fought the wind. All right, here we are at hole 3, blue to white. It is a 325 foot uphill shot, probably plays close to like 380. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to flick this on a little flex line up that left side. There is still a little bit of a tailwind, so it might stable it out a little early, but usually that flex flick up the left side is my line on this one. Oh, no flex, but it got good distance. All right, so we ended up about 45-50 feet out, probably a nice little jump putt. The fact that the ground goes up behind the basket means that I could run it pretty hard without much worry of it flying too far past. But I'm happy with the shot. That tailwind really kept it from using any of its high-speed turn or going to the left at all. It really just stabled out, but still got pretty much full distance for me. Here we're at hole 4, white to blue. It's a 340 foot hyzer shot. Typically I'll throw like my FD or my instinct, have it flip up a little bit, glide out at the end, but with this one it's a little more stable. I'm gonna have to punch it straight and have it fade at the end, so a little bit of a different shot. Not a bad rip. I think it landed a little bit short. This wind is just so crazy today, and it's really not letting it flip up and get some full flight. But I'm happy with how that shot ended up for sure. So getting up to the disc, it's pretty much exactly where I thought it was. I don't have much of a look with this hanging branch and these little trees in front of me, but if this was my actual lie, I would have a little bit of a straddle bid. Probably about 45 feet, a little short, a little left. Like I said, the wind kind of just didn't allow it to get that full flight straight before crashing left. Definitely a really tricky shot for a disc like this where it doesn't have much forward glide. So I would definitely stick with my FD or my instinct on this until maybe this disc got a little bit more beaten in. I'm gonna skip ahead to hole 18. Here at Borderland, holes 1 through 4 and 18 kind of play in the same little loop. So rather than walking all the way over to hole 5, I'm gonna throw from 18 and then loop back around and do a couple more throws. But on this hole, it's a 295 foot 300 foot uphill shot. And a lot of the time I like to flex my flick just a little bit to the right, or sorry, a little bit on the right side of the fairway, have it flex through and then flex back at the end. So see if I can hit the shot with this overstable PD. Missed it. Nice. All right, that was a nice flex shot. It actually left me a little bit pin high on the right side, I think. That was sweet. Just like I had said, just on the right side, a little bit past the pin, a little bit pin high, probably about a 20-something footer. See if I can nail this thing home with a nice driver putt. Yep, just like that. 2 with a driver on this hole. It's a really good 2. So before I throw on this the very last hole, I have some great news to share with you guys. I have been bumped up from the Discmania media team to the Discmania ambassador team heading into the 2020 season. I couldn't be more excited, I couldn't be more proud to represent the brand and represent Discmania as well as I can. Doing reviews like this and just sharing the positive light of their brand has just been so much fun. And last year being on the media team, it was awesome. Doing those reviews, doing a couple unboxings, doing a couple giveaways. So I couldn't be more proud to represent Discmania. So if you guys enjoy that, and if you guys are looking forward to all these new reviews and new releases and kind of all this Discmania content that I have coming this year, really make sure to drop a like. Without you guys, I really wouldn't have been able to make it this far. So thank you so much for all you guys' support. Let's get into this last hole. For the third and final backhand of the video, I'm going to be backhanding here on hole 1, white to white. I think it's like a 330 foot backhand shot. Typically I throw my FD kind of on these other shots that I've been telling you about, but I'm going to try to throw the Dark Maul here, punch it down straight, have it fade nice at the end. Usually I like to flip something up, have it glide, and then that slow fade at the end. So see if I can keep this thing moving forward before it fades out. Miss. Okay. So it got a pretty big fade and skip at the end, but I hit the line and it actually did pretty much what I wanted it to do. It's just a really overstable disc. But that was sweet, that was cool. Here's the basket, and I think it skipped a little bit long and left up and over this hill. It looked like it got a pretty big skip, which is why I was like laughing a little bit. Oh, and it did. All right, so it's right there. Probably about, I don't know, 45, 50 feet from the basket. Happy with that, and for being an overstable disc, getting all the way down here to circle 2 is actually really good. So like I said, definitely happy with that drive. All right guys, that's gonna do it for the Dark Maul 2 flight comparison. Final thoughts, it's a really good disc. For tailwind, I think you might want to throw something a little less stable because it seemed to just not want to fight at all and just stable up even more and fade out as soon as it can. But it's a really trusty disc, it's really flat. I think for my game personally, I'm probably gonna use it more for flicks than for backhands because I like flicking overstable discs and I don't really like backhanding overstable discs. But it's a great disc, honestly. It compares a little bit to my my beaten in C Line FD3. It doesn't have a lot of high speed turn, but at the end of the flight, it just crashes pretty hard. So hope you guys found some value in this video. Hope the flight comparisons kind of showed you how a backhand and a flick, you know, how it flies on those 2 throws. So hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'm gonna be putting out one of the Echo Line DD3 videos pretty soon. So I hope you guys look forward to that. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.